Hello my lovelies, and welcome back to Sondering Tarot from here. Hi, hello, and welcome. This is your daily tarot reading for the 17th of November 2024. We're going to be using the Once Upon a Time Tarot. This is still even in order. I haven't even shuffled it. It's one of my newer decks. So this will be interesting and a little bit exciting using a different deck. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Alright my lovelies, I am back. All your cards are on the table. There's actually quite a few of them. We have no aces, we have two major arcanas, and we have two synchronicities. We have 555 showing up for you, and believe it or not, we have 5 sixes on the table. So, any combination of 3 to 6, well, 5 sixes, apparently might show up for you today when it comes to synchronicity. So be on the watch for that. And we're going to jump in with this brand new deck. It is very colorful. Pardon me if I do get somewhat distracted by the artwork, because I've only done one quick flip through of this. But the best part of your day, we start off with the 10 of Cups. The Page of Cups. The 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. The Lovers in the reverse. The Emperor, and the Hierophant. I like this. I like this very much so, because we're disconnecting from the 3D world. So things that aren't playing out, just things going wrong, you know, we're putting that to the side. We're putting it to the back burner. And yes, the 10 of Pentacles is anything in the 3D realm. It's about leaving a legacy. It's about money. It's about career. It's about health. Everything that's grounded in the 3D world is encompassed in the 10 of Pentacles. And we have that in the reverse. We're not concerned with that. In fact, we're detaching from that. Instead, we've got this lovely, happy, dreamy energy that we are connecting with, that we are operating with. And we're using that to build, control, in other words, explore, because we're moving under the power of our own means. Not only structures, but more importantly, we're talking about spirituality. And I like this, because we're disconnecting from the 3D world. Instead, we're playing with the 5D world. So this is a day where, yes, it is more fortuitous for us to take the ideas and things that we get from our higher self, from our spirit team, those fantastic ideas that are still in our head and in a 2D reality and a second dimension, and bring it down into hopefully the 3D. But this also means we get to tap into 5D realm, hopefully. So for those of us that have the right information, maybe we're building inner dimensions. That's always fun. That's always a fantastic thing, a very creative thing, usually a happy thing, because you have the power, literally. Emperor, you have the control, you have the power, you are the ultimate sovereign in that area. But even if you don't, this is where we get a little bit exploring with our spirituality, our gifts. We detach from the 3D world, and instead we're connecting to that which is unseen. The spirit realm, the second dimension, the 5D. We're relearning our spiritual manual. Unfortunately, when you're 5% or less of a spirit that gets put in a body, you're never given a manual. Instead, you're given a memory wipe and put into a body and giving codes, activations, guidance to follow a soul contract. Okay. Now, some of us do get some inklings of previous lives. And you've been in a body probably more than once. I highly doubt that you are a soul that is experiencing life in a body for the very first time. which means you've done this before. Whether it's on this planet, whether it's in a different dimension, a different galaxy, different planet, different star constellation, whatever. You are a soul that's been in a body before, which means you've had connection to source. You've been in a body. You've also experienced that disconnect, whether that is very strong or very weak. For those of us that are on Mother Gaia, aka planet Earth, that disconnect from source is very strong. So, that's the good part of the day. This is what's available. We're going back and relearning our spiritual manual. No one actually hands us a book going, here's how you do this every time you're shoved into a body. No, you get a memory wipe. But repeated lifetimes in a body means your soul already knows how to do this. You're just rediscovering how. And this is where that dreamy, excited, very engaging energy comes through. We can be excited about exploring something new, even if it's not new. It's new to your fraction of a soul in the current body you're in. So this is a rediscovery. And it's not with the in the body 3D experience. It's with the 5D. It's with the second dimension. It's with your higher self and everything else that remains unseen that you probably may even question. Okay. So just right off the bat, even with that, I can tell you a lot of people will probably have a lot of dark night of the soul, a lot of awakenings on a day like today. And we are just now getting over the Taurus super full moon. So that's a big thing. Opportunities are also more prevalent now because Saturn is also direct. So that is very much in alignment with that energy of self-discovery or re-self-discovery, opportunities coming through, even if they are just fleeting moments where we can tap into that. That's big dreamer energy. That's big spiritual energy. That's our own little world that we either created or can create. Potential for high manifestation abilities as well with that type of energy. So that's fantastic. That really is. I'm excited for that because I want to see what comes up for me as well. Could be fun. Could be fun. Not gonna lie. It probably will be. All right, now the worst part of our day. We start off with the Five of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Six of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. Okay. Yeah, successfully learning how to let go of the ego mind in order to transition or transcend your limitations of being in a body. Because let's face it, you're not a body that has a soul. You're a soul that's in a body currently. You know, you're a soul expressing itself as human for a little while. In order to successfully do that is not always easy the first time. And in fact, it can still be difficult depending on things like distractions. And this is an ongoing thing of learning how to do this. How to let go of the ego mind, how to get out of your comfort zone, how to reconnect to source. How do you let that part of yourself go when you don't remember what it was like to have that synergy, to have that connection? This is where the memory wipe of a soul before it gets put in a body is a little bit of a big hindrance, but it's very intentional. And because you don't remember that, it's often really difficult for you to make the choice, or to see it as an option, as something that you're capable of in order to execute. You know, it's kind of that overwhelming of, oh, that's never possible. It's like you can't fathom it. I admit that that's a big thing to get over. And for those of you that have never reestablished that connection, or even stumbled on it by accident for the first time while you're in your current body, it's a struggle. It's definitely something to try and wrap your head around. But also at the same time, the logical mind is the ego mind. So letting go of the ego mind and just doing what your higher self naturally does anyway and knows how to do is an extremely difficult thing, because it's a process of letting go. It's literally transitioning and getting yourself unstuck to free yourself from the prison that is your body. Okay. Yes, I know that's a little bit of a conundrum. I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, I understand that it is. I also understand that's how former Mother, Father, God designed everything, and that was very much intentional. All right, our obstacle, or how to get over our obstacle. We start off with the Six of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. This deck is so cute. And it's not really my color scheme. So, yeah, that says something. I'm willing to play with this deck. Okay, obstacle, or how to get over your obstacle. All right. That conundrum I was talking about, you kind of have to get over that. You kind of have to balance everything out to a level playing field, to where your higher self can come through. Why? Because it has all the knowledge. Your higher self is the rest of your soul that's not in a body. So it is very much equipped with all the knowledge, all the resources, because it didn't get the memory wipe that the 5% or less of you that's in the body. It has the skill set already. So getting to the acceptance and equilibrium with that conundrum, to where your higher self can step on in, your spirit team can step on in to give you guidance to relearn everything. Remember, you've had multiple lifetimes. You have the skill set. You have the knowledge. It's just because of a memory wipe, standard protocol for soul being put in a body, you don't have access to that information right off the bat, even though it's there in the other part of your soul that's not in your current body. You have the knowledge, you just don't have the skill set currently to access it. And that's why reestablishing and disconnecting from the 3D realm and touching the second dimension and the 5D realms are very important, because that's when you're able to not only establish that connection, but once you establish it, you can start pulling that information in. Your higher self can make it easy to give you information. Your spirit team, your angels, your ancestors will be able to give you the knowledge, the skill set, things to work on, things to improve. It's an unlocking. You're basically unlocking your soul. lifetime after lifetime. We learn lessons, we gain skills, we gain abilities. We're going to try to refrain from the word gifts. They weren't given to you. You learned them, you mastered them, you worked on them hard, probably even over multiple lifetimes in different areas. And whether or not you reached a high enough level that somebody would call you a master or adept in that area is another matter. But the problem is that you know it. It's just unlocking the information so you can know it now in the body you're in. And this is what's so great about having the Hierophant on the table. And we're not just talking about spirituality, we're talking about higher learning. It's just not higher learning in the concept of, oh yeah, I went to college. Oh yeah, I went to a trade school. Yeah, I got learning. I got an education. No, we're talking about an education of a different sort. Okay. So yeah, finding that equilibrium, it is the hard thing to do. So you can access that, so you can gain the knowledge, so you can unlock. But it's exactly what you need to do. Well, that was quite a lot, and I hope a lot of you were still with me with all the terminology and everything else that came out with that. That was way more in depth than I figured we were going with this deck, especially on its first run on the table. But all I can do is read the energy, so I can't exactly say anything else other than that. And I did add up all your cards, by the way. All your cards add up to 116, which averages to 8. Which is knowledge or data itself. We actually had that yesterday as well. Yeah, you're higher learning. Higher learning. You're accessing knowledge your soul already has from previous lifetimes. You already have the resources. You already have the knowledge. You already have the skill set. You just need to learn how to access it and relearn how to operate it, to put it into practice. And that takes a connection, and that's what we're working on. Okay. And don't feel bad if you try and you fail for today, even though this energy is showing up. It's really hard to disconnect from the 3D world. It's meant to distract you. Being in a body, being in a 3D world is a prison all on its own, so don't beat yourself up. If you don't fail to unlock your Akashic records the first time you freaking meditate. Don't get that frustrated, please. Somebody needs to hear that, and I want to stress that point for those of you that have never experienced this energy. But for those of you that do like the astrology, the moon in Gemini conjuncts Jupiter, also in Gemini. So, yes, double optimism, very high, very enthusiastic. We love it. New experiences, expanding your life and mind for the better. In other words, unlocking. This is you unlocking your soul, you unlocking your inner knowledge, things that you've already learned from previous lifetimes. And we see it right here on the table. It's fantastic. All right, my loves, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here for you. If it resonates, by all means, give me a thumbs up. And if it does not, no worries. After all, it is a general reading, so I'm literally reading for all of the collective. So take what resonates, leave the rest. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.